Infinity Ward have released an absolute ton of new information about the Gunsmith 2.0 system in Modern Warfare 2. Today, I'll give you a full breakdown of this new Gunsmith 2.0 system, pointing out anything you may have missed in the recent Intel drop video. Legends, my name is Ryan. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Now let's jump in. Before we dive into the nitty gritty, I'll say this. If you want to go into Modern Warfare 2 totally blind as far as features are concerned, I suggest you close this video now. But before you do, don't forget to hit that sub button. To the legends still here, let's talk Gunsmith 2.0. For those that don't know, the Gunsmith system was first introduced in 2019 with Modern Warfare. It gave us more control over our weapons than ever before and introduced an absolute ton of attachments to the Call of Duty world. Gunsmith 2.0 is an evolutionary step on this system. It is going to give us even more control again over how we customize our weapon and gunplay experience in Call of Duty. Now let's dive into this 3-minute Intel drop discussing the Gunsmith 2.0 system. I'm going to pause throughout the video to point out certain things and to explain certain elements of the Gunsmith 2.0 system.
My name is Mary Avjukian and I'm a senior UX designer. Gunsmith itself has a whole new environment. It is an updated interface that makes it feel like you are in a gunsmithing space.
There's not a great deal to point out here, but I will say this. If we skip back a little bit, this is the default weapons screen, the user interface weapons screen. And you can see here down in the bottom left, you've got your multiplayer loadout section. You've got your kill streaks, you've got your vehicle customization. As far as those kill streaks are concerned, it looks like it is a UAV, a dart missile of some sort, and possibly some type of like VTOL or precision strike. Nothing too exciting there. This is pretty stock standard Call of Duty. Moving into the custom loadout screen, there are a few things I want to point out. Obviously the primary weapon and secondary weapon slots, they speak for themselves, but it is these little gray boxes here, a few of them colored in yellow. That is what I want to focus on first. I would assume that that is your attachment setup, and this would imply that there are only 5 attachments allowed per weapon. I think this is great. It's a step back from the overcomplicated 10 attachment loadouts. I hope this is a step in the right direction. Moving onwards, we've got our tactical and our lethal slots, nothing important there. The thermite grenade is obviously returning. And then I want to look at the field upgrade next. Field upgrades are obviously class specific, which I think is a really good way to go about it. And then finally, and possibly one of the most important things to look at on this screen, is our perk package. We are currently running the Hunter perk package. How that is called Hunter, I don't know. It possibly has something to do with the perks you select from within. But the thing to point out here is we've got 2 perks in the first slot, 1 perk in the second slot, and 1 perk in the third slot. A renowned leaker in the Call of Duty scene, Ghost of Hope, has actually already discussed this perk feature. This was a leak from a little while ago now, and this is what Ghost of Hope had to say. Quote, "The way Modern Warfare 2 is approaching perks is that you can choose 4 perks total. 2 in the first column, 1 in the second, and 1 in the third. And from what I was told, the first column is more for choosing your playstyle." End quote. How this impacts you in the full game is anyone's guess, but it could create some cool opportunities for some different and unique perk setups.
You have a platform of weapons, which is a family of weapons. Once you get to a receiver unlock within your first weapon, that's when you unlock another weapon.
The receiver this time is driving Gunsmith as it would be in reality, and each of these separate receivers have their own unique progression.
Okay. I know there is a lot going on here, and I'm gonna break it down as best as I possibly can. Let's start with some minor details. As I've already said, you can choose 5 attachments per gun, and this is confirmed with this modification section in the bottom left. It says 0 of 5, but that being the case, there are 10 total attachments that you can change on a weapon. They are your optic, your laser, the barrel, muzzle, underbarrel, ammunition, magazine, rear grip, stock, and last and most importantly, the receiver. Another detail I want to point out is right here. It says level 1 of 20. If this is the case, that's again a huge step back from the previous weapon level system. In Vanguard, you had to get a weapon to level 70 before everything was unlocked and all of your camo challenges were unlocked. So if you were changing that to 20 max, that is a huge change. And hopefully this Gunsmith 2.0 system is working to iron out some of the more grindy kinks from the original Gunsmith system. Now, legends, let's dive into the juicy details of the Gunsmith 2.0 system. Principal designer Ben Garnell and senior user experience designer Mary F. Jukin tried to break down the Gunsmith 2.0 system, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit confused after watching this video for the first time. Now, I'm 10 viewings deep, and here is my understanding of Gunsmith 2.0. In Modern Warfare 2, we will have the traditional weapon categories. For instance, your assault rifles, your sniper rifles, your submachine guns. Within each of these weapon categories, there will be multiple weapon platforms. For instance, the one we are seeing in this video is the M4 platform. We spoke earlier about the receiver attachment for weapons and how important it was going to be, and this is why. Each weapon platform will have its own family tree of unique weapons which are determined by the receiver that you are using. You would be forgiven if you're still confused about this new system, but I've tried to whip up a quick visual representation of how best to explain it. It may be useful to you, it may not, but let's jump into that right now. Classic Microsoft Paint action. As I've already said, you've got your assault rifle weapon category. Within this, there will be a weapon platform. For instance, we've seen the M4 already. Within each weapon platform, you'll be able to unlock multiple receivers, but in this instance, you will have receiver 1 unlocked by default. This receiver will have, let's say, 20 weapon levels with attachments that can be unlocked along the way. At some point or another along this progression path, you will unlock your second receiver. That second receiver will have its own weapon level system, its own attachment progression path, and at some point or another along that path, you may unlock your third receiver with its own weapon level progression system. Basically, use a receiver to unlock a receiver, use that receiver to unlock another receiver, and before you know it, you've got 3 different weapons under the M4 weapon platform. On top of this, some receivers will change your weapon category entirely. You can change the M4 assault rifle into a light machine gun using a particular receiver. You can then change that light machine gun into a submachine gun using a different receiver. However, they all fall under the M4 weapon platform. Something I'm excited for with this new system is the way attachments work, and I'll tell you why. Attachments can be divided into platform-specific attachments and global attachments. Platform-specific attachments are your receiver, your barrel, your stock, your rear grip, and your magazine. If compatible, you can use these attachments on any of the unique weapons within the platform family tree. And like I said, the second class is the global attachments, and this includes your optics, your ammunition, your underbarrels, your foregrips, and your muzzle. All attachments under these sort of categories are globally unlocked for all other compatible weapons, which means if there is a particular optic that you like and you unlock it at level 10 on the M4, well, that optic can be used on any other compatible weapon in the game. This is a huge change, and it means when you're using a weapon for the first time, you're not going to be at a disadvantage because you should have some global attachments at your disposal.
Each of those shared attachments that you unlock is now cross-progressible and attachable onto another weapon in the same class.
What this does is it shows you that one grip that you unlocked on the first weapon is now usable on a different weapon within that platform, and you don't need to re-unlock that weapon.
Looking closely, in the middle section here, we have the progression path for the M4 assault rifle. At level 13, you're going to unlock a new receiver called the FTAC Recon, and that looks to be some type of marksman rifle variation of the M4. Further down that middle progression path at level 18, you are unlocking another receiver, which I believe is the light machine gun variation of the M4. So as you progress a weapon, you unlock new receivers, which unlock new weapons, which unlock new receivers, which unlock new weapons. rinse, and repeat.
I'm Joel Emslie. I'm the studio art director at Infinity Ward. We are introducing a system of how to develop or modify a blueprint like we've never done before.
When we set out to create the Vault system, we wanted to give players greater ability to customize and add personality to their weapons.
I consider it to be the ultimate blueprint.
Here we are given a further preview of the Weapon Vault system with specific emphasis on the FJX CINDER Vault. The Weapon Vault system, as you heard, is described as the ultimate weapon blueprint. You will get every single attachment for your favorite weapon. In this case of the CINDER, it is the M4. The attachments within a Weapon Vault will all have a matching theme, so you can use your favorite weapon with your favorite attachments and always have a visually stunning weapon. Also, I want to point out when someone like Joel Emslie says they've been waiting to work on a game like this for a very long time, he bloody well means it. He first joined Infinity Ward back in 2004 during the golden days of Call of Duty. And although he spent a brief stint working with Respawn Entertainment, a large chunk of his time has been working on Call of Duty titles. So if he's excited, I'm excited. Legends, that brings us to the end of our Gunsmith 2.0 breakdown. As you can see, there is an absolute ton of information to consume here, but if you wish to do so at your own pace, I've left 2 links in the description below. The first is to the Intel drop video for Gunsmith 2.0, and the second is to a blog post on the Call of Duty website, which outlines Gunsmith 2.0 and the Weapon Vault system. How the Gunsmith 2.0 system looks versus how it plays are 2 very different things. Trust me, I know, but I'm going to remain extremely optimistic that Modern Warfare 2 is taking a step in the right direction to really shape the future of Call of Duty titles for the better. Friends, if you enjoyed today's video or you found it helpful in any way, consider hitting that like button. If you want to see more of my content, particularly heading into Modern Warfare 2, hit that sub button and turn notifications on. And finally, I'm super interested to hear your thoughts on the Gunsmith 2.0 system. Leave a comment down below. I'll be responding to each and every single one of you. Legends, as always, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Get excited for the Modern Warfare 2 beta, which will be out in less than 24 hours. And as always, remember, let's be legendary.